Did you know that the ESP8266 AP does not run through channels 12, 13, and 14? Primarily, when you have connection issues with your router, you restart it. What if we told you there were 6 other ways to fix a problem on an ESP8266 router? It could involve renaming the SSID, resetting the frequency, etc. For today's video, we will deal with ESP8266 Various Connection Issues. ESP8266 For Beginners Start Guide 2022. Let us begin. First and foremost, you need to clear the cache. This procedure does not require an ESP8266 tutorial. We all have cleared cache on our smartphones and other devices in the past. For those who might not know, the cache is an electronic device's temporary storage of files to strengthen its connections. However, sometimes the temporary storage overflows, and since the storage does not have an automatic cleans option, you have to do it yourself manually. The unnecessary files are seated in your router's settings. Once the storage is cleared, your ESP8266 should fix its connection issues.
Bang on the router, will you?
If the cache is cleared out and the Wi-Fi is still not connected, it could be the frequency. What is that about? Shortly, we will share the preferred frequency for ESP8266 and how to switch it back to normal if that is the issue. Secondly, the Wi-Fi service set identifier could be confusing the connection procedure. Although the Espressif Systems ESP8266 is an advanced wireless microchip with microcontroller features that provides internet connectivity, it can occasionally misread information. If you were ever wondering, what is ESP8266? We hope that helped answer it too. Back to it, if your SSID is written with any space between the characters, it might pick it up as 2 separate tasks. The name of the network should never have any spaces between them.
I'll clear a space.
As such, visit the router's settings and change the name to show as one word. In fact, you are allowed to change it to a more suitable name for you. Although that could be a problem if the system cannot identify it. So be prudent, clear the spaces and get out of there. Thirdly, we might have connection issues if the frequency is set wrong. Every router or Wi-Fi connection has a specific frequency it is designed to transmit waves through. For instance, the ESP8266 projects are mostly designed to transmit through 5 GHz. Anything other than that, and we might have issues with the connection. We know this sounds like a scientific problem, but it is not. Go to your settings and set the frequency from 2.4 GHz to 5 GHz. That is all the heavy lifting you might need to bring your connection back on top. Another thing that requires no effort is subscribing to the channel. Subscribe now to find out the #1 way to fix connection issues. Moreover, the ESP8266 has a specific list of AP channels it works through. Not that there is a superstitious belief surrounding the numbers 12 to 14, or the manufacturers decided that it simply will not run if it is set in those channels. Apparently, channels 12 through 14 are not legal for use in geographical regions governed by the Federal Communications Commission of the United States. The other channels are all cleared for takeoff. Simply verify if that is the issue and select a different channel from one to run through. On something the US federal government permits, we will soon teach you how to tweak the host name to something easy to connect to. In addition, you need to check the operation configuration of the router and modem. Often, differences in connection ranges could go undetected when we use these devices. It is essential to ensure that the router and modem use 800 and 2.11G+N. It is quite technical, but you will see it on the list. After selecting that, check to opt for 11 or 20 to automatic. The ranges will start pairing by themselves moving forward. Further, the host name could be a catalyst for lack of connectivity. Pay attention because this part is crucial for ESP8266 For Beginners. The host name comes like every router, attached to a password. Frequently, Wi-Fi connections might struggle because the host name is not sharp.
There is something wrong.
Thus, tweak yours to start with ESP to optimize its fast connection. Therefore, think of ESP host, and then whatever name the SSID is. That makes connection quicker and easier. Furthermore, suppose you have done all this, and there is still a connection crisis. It might be that the ESP8266 is not to blame. Once none of these work, try the most commonly known approach to curing any electronic device's problems. You can unplug the power cord and plug it back after a few minutes. This should reboot the router and connect the Wi-Fi smoothly. Most times, it is the first solution we prescribe. But we saved it for last so that you could learn about the others too. The procedure makes the system refresh its setting and clear all storage for a smooth run and fresh start. Finally, if this does not do the trick, Espressive System has highly trained customer support teams to sort out issues when you give them a call. Note that they will ask you to do these same 7 exercises, so be sure to have gone through them. And then they can determine if it is a component change you need or something else. Maybe tell them you watched a YouTube video that recommended calling them. Who knows, we might get a sponsorship. Speaking of connecting devices, Zigbee is the newest sensation in smart home connectivity. It has been around for a decade, but we have a video to explain it all if you are still unfamiliar with it. Here is Best Big Smart Home Standard, Zigbee Review Explained.